A lot of people think that singing spontaneously means you're being prophetic. Is this a myth or is it truth? Welcome to another episode of Worship Myths. I'm Bethany Hicks with Prophetic Company Worship, your resource for recognizing and responding to the voice of God in and through worship. All right, Dano, so a lot of people think that, anything spontaneous is somehow prophetic. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that's a myth.
Yeah, well, why is that?
First of all, the word prophetic means to see in advance.
Exactly, right.
And so I believe something can be prophetic in the moment. It can be spontaneous. But to think that everything we sing spontaneously is prophetic is totally wrong.
For some reason, people think like being prepared or, like having a plan somehow makes it less prophetic or less spiritual than like this in the moment spur of the thing that's happening,
I love what Graham Cook said. He said that to be truly spontaneous, you must be totally prepared. Otherwise, you're just winging it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we see this a lot of times in the context of worship where, the bands are going through the songs that everyone's singing, the congregation knows, and then they usually open up this kind of spontaneous flow where maybe the musicians are playing something, the electric guitar's got his little lead line, maybe a drum solo, and then the singers are kind of singing spontaneously, and then that's often what people will say, oh, that was prophetic worship. Now, is that always prophetic worship? Or is it prophetic worship in that spontaneous moment?
It can be prophetic. It really depends on the direction. Is it going up or is it coming down?
Come on. I mean, that's the bottom line right there. Now explain what that means for our audience here.
Going up is basically a spiritual song. That's the overflow of our heart, our mind, our spirit to the Lord. But a prophetic song is actually coming down from heaven and going out to the people through the people. Yeah,
so the direction, as you just said, is really key to really knowing if something's prophetic, whether it's spontaneous or whether it's planned, right? We've all been there too, right? Where as part of the congregation, that worship leader is having an amazing worship session, but they're the only ones who are. You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
If they open their eyes, they would notice that no one else has followed them.
Yeah, the entire congregation is sitting and we're kind of all watching, and it's
A for worshiper.
Right.
F for leader.
Exactly, because you really need to be both. But again, the myth is that we're talking about is that in order for something to be prophetic, it must be spontaneous. And that's kind of what we're busting right here.
That's right. But we'd love to know what you think. So put your comments, your thoughts, your theology, be nice, in the comments section below.
And click the subscribe button for future episodes of Worship Myths.